Okay, over the last couple of weeks, I've made some changes and improvements. First one here is what I'm doing now on the door lists that we order with. So we got this order here for Bill Carson. I am putting in large print here, the size of the hardware that is going on the drawers. That way we've got this, we're using this when we check in and compare it with our sheet that comes in. We can unload and unbox this stuff, and instead of putting it away and then pulling it out later and having to go get stuff, we can actually, as we put it away, we go ahead and drill it for hardware and then put it away, and it's done and we don't have to do anything. Okay, next improvement over here at the rod station, the tubes for our hanging rail, we ran out the other day, and so I've put in here, I've got 3 tubes. We're going to have 3 Kanban cards on this. We'll pull from the green first, then the yellow, and then the red, and each one holds about 1 box of rail, and so that card will come off and we'll order it right away instead of waiting till we get down and just pulling 1 card. We'll actually have 3 cards. Additional one that we made, trying to keep this area cleaner, I went ahead and built a section around it to keep all the shavings and stuff from blowing out all over the place. There was a tray that was in the bottom of the drawer here that would pull out that you could empty, and it had packed up and gotten full. So we put a new table in, we cut a hole on the back of the table, and as what we did is I took garbage can and I just screwed that garbage can right to the bottom of the table, so that it should collect all of those in there and we won't have to empty it. Additionally, over here we set up, before the rod was getting cut and we were twisting and we were placing it over here and doing stuff, and so what we did is we put a shelf right above the cut area where the rod can go in when it gets cut, so it just sits right there. We pull it right out, got the shrink wrap holder on it right there, it's at eye level, we can shrink wrap it nice and easy. Additional improvements, Corey and Daniel put these in so that now on the assembly table we have got the nice drill and impact holders. They're at a nice angle so it goes in and out. You don't have to turn and hook the thing on it, so it makes it nice and easy. We actually have more of these on the way from Fast Cap. This is the battery on Big Joe, and this is a huge improvement. I was ready to go down and buy a new battery because it kept getting plugged in, and when the battery was always dead, everybody said, oh, the battery, it's not charging. And as what I did is I found out we've got a trickle charger on it, and it hooks up over here. It turns out the reason it wasn't charging and it was showing a short was because the connection over here was so corroded that it was actually no longer connected to the battery. So I went ahead and put new cables on it and cleaned it all up and put it on the charger, and now up and down, piece of cake. Charge that on a regular basis. Big Joe will be this one here, guys. Corey was over at the drawer station, and he's a little bit shorter than I am, and I was noticing that he was struggling. I said, hey, is that bothering? He said, yep. And I said, let's fix that. And so we took a piece of scrap, we took a couple of stickers underneath it here and screwed it on, and it gave him about 5 inches of height, which made it much more comfortable for him to build drawers. So brings up that, hey, we need to maybe make this adjustable in the future, but literally 2-minute improvement to make somebody much more comfortable. We have a problem like that. Let's grab some scrap. Done is better than perfect. Another improvement, ordered a new cart. This is our receiving cart. We're using it today for moving tools around, but we took the previous receiving cart and moved it over to the end of the CNC because it is a much easier to roll around cart. Can't really see it there. Easier to roll around cart than the other cart that was there, which was the big heavy blue scissor lift that doesn't work. And so we've moved that cart around, just switched some things around, making it much easier to roll back and forth. Another improvement that we made, and if I've shown you this before and you're watching this, let me know and we'll just fast forward. But here's what we did on the end of the CNC machine with the label it. First off, previously we had this monitor horizontally, widescreen. Well, what it did is it took this picture of the parts that are here underneath it and made it about this tall and gave us all kinds of white on the side. So we went into the settings and we changed it to be a vertical, and we rotated the monitor to where it's taller, and so now it's nice and big and you can see it. Additionally, previously it was over here and the printer was here in the center, and this hose here was just, it just didn't work right. It was always in the way. It was hitting the printer and stuff like that. So a couple of minutes, we moved the printer all the way to the left. We moved the monitor, rotated the monitor 90 degrees and moved it here. put in a little mouse pad so that we've got a mouse that makes it easier to do stuff. And then we put in a stand here for the hose. So now we can utilize the hose right here in this area when we need it and put it back. And it's not banging into our computer screen, and our printer just makes it nice and easy. So those are quick, easy improvements that we made just to make things nicer. We've got our inspection sheet here. This was over here, and it was just in the way. It kept falling off. Daniel and Corey took care of it and just screwed it on right here, so we know what we're looking for on inspection at this location. So nice work on those guys.